27 November 2023, Monday, MAO with Cal. Now, reasons why the market is so bullish, let me explain this to you more in detail. The bulls are definitely happy, but the technical analysis call for profit taking. And I think that it's time to really consider this. Let's go into details right now. Right, before that itself, as usual, disclaimer apply as usual, and thank you, AIMS, for the kind sponsorship. Now, first of all, the stock market rally is really very strong. We have global market headed for their best month in more than 3 years. But definitely, we all know that the Federal Reserve is involved in the picture, and it's undeniable that the funds are really coming in every angle. But the question is this: if everybody's buying, who is selling? Now, one thing we know that the reason why the stock market has been bullish was because of the CPI data, which came out better than expected, so-called. Hence, the market buys into it. But the thing is this, the difference itself is not very fantastic. So the question is, why are we buying? So one good reason is because the rents are coming down. Apparently, based on Zillow Observed Rent Index, right, it's 12 months forward basis. The rent itself has came down quite significantly, even though the data isn't showing. So the market is buying in advance of this itself, and that causes the market into a rampant buy. And in fact, itself, Walmart just came out and said that apparently the prices for food prices like dairy, eggs, chicken, and seafood is coming down a little bit. Although generally there's inflation, but still general merchandise prices has come down. So again, because of all that, right, people feel, or at least what the Wall Street thinks, that it's time to buy into the market. And that's why you have the market so bullish recently. But the question is this, guys, if this is going to continue itself, one thing to note itself is definitely the funds are buying. So apparently it's very clear that the NASDAQ actually came down quite significantly to about nearly 14,000, just marginally above the moving average. Then we saw a heavy buyout from 14,000 all the way to 16,000, 2,000 point rally, right, in less than 2 trading months. And of course, what's the main reason? Because the funds basically jump right into the market. Now, this is the hedge fund positioning in the mega cap index, which now at a record high level. And it's crazy because 99% is involved into the technology counter. But in the last time we saw this, we saw the NASDAQ crisis. So the question is, will we see the same thing happening again? Or it's all for you to make a decision. For me itself, at the moment, I do feel that it's time to take some profit off the NASDAQ because the RSI now is definitely at the high level, even though this is kind of bullish divergence, but I think a pullback will be good. 15,600 will be a better buy if you'd ask me, rather than chasing it right here. Now, this is my personal view, so you take a picture of salt and let me know your views in the comment box. At the same time right now, oops, there's a bit of technical issue here. Let me just show this away. Let me just clear my screen a little bit. Give me a short moment. Okay, sometimes this sort of thing do happen once in a while. Let me just give me a moment. Let me just clear this up. Okay, sometimes I just miss out the slides and then, things go wrong at the wrong time. Okay, so it's coming in. Can we clear one more slide? Good to go. All right, the bull-bear spread. Okay, the bull-bear spread at the moment right now is showing that we still got a little bit more movement to go. Now, only when it reaches about 30%, that's where usually the selling will come in. The last time we saw this was in July, and we did saw the market coming off, right? Remember that? So that means that there's still a little bit more to go, at least for now. But of course, it's getting a bit cautious. You need to be careful. At the same time itself, the seasonal pattern. Now, apparently, the seasonal pattern shows that the November month itself, right, we should have a vertical upside, which we saw it. You can see that there's a vertical upside movement, pretty clear. So the thing is happening right now, and at the start of December, there could be a pullback. So again, I will say that, right, if you believe in this, there should be further upside to even 4,000 plus level for that pattern. So traders, you can consider doing this. Yeah. So let's see whether will this be happening for the month of December. And of course, the S&P signal pattern before and after daily winning streak. So when after 7, 8 days and 9 days of rally, right, usually we have what I call a slow but steady growth in the month of December. So you can see that if we have a streak of buying in the last 9 days or 8 days towards the month, and then we should see the market steadily. So the month of December, we should see about a steadily upside, okay, not as crazy as November. So overall itself, right, the seasonal pattern all shows and indicates that the market could go more, can go higher. But at the same time, I want to warn you guys is that when market is generally too bullish. So this is the AAII members over the last 6-month average itself, right? You can see that the average is about 37.5%. So for the thing is right now, we are at 45.3%. So it's rather high at the moment, while the bearishness only 23.6 is below the average level. So when things actually happen like that, we've seen this before, usually the market will do into some profit taking. Because if you remember, back in the 1st of November period, where the bearishness was at the highest level, the bearishness was at the highest level, we did saw the market actually bottom out right there. And that's the reason why I feel that maybe it's time to take some profit. And the retail are definitely very bullish right now. You can see that the retailers are kind of, the retailers are kind of bearish right now. And usually when they are bearish itself, right, you can expect that there'll be further short squeeze in the market and they'll pump the price higher. So again, all this tells me that you can be careful. Now, one thing you saw earlier is right, when the retailers were very bearish on the DAX back then, up to 80% were bearish, and you can see what happened on the DAX. The DAX actually zoomed up for 14,800. It went all the way up to 16,000, more than 1,200 points. So this is a very telltale sign that usually the boys just need to look at how the retail traders trade, just go against it and you're done. But undeniable, the RSI at the moment now is kind of high and the volume is declining a little bit. So maybe this point right now, we can see some profit taking. So if you ask me for the DAX, I think DAX could pull back down to the moving average. That will give me about 15,800 level. So that's about 200-point downside. Maybe you can take advantage of this to make some money off the market for the Christmas season. And of course, right now, the Dow itself is something that I'm very particular. Now, this is point A, this is point B, this is point C. So it's very clear that we are actually now at the top of point C after the extrapolation of A to B. So if you ask me with RSI at the high level itself, I think it's a good time to expect some profit taking. So with the current price now is at 35,390, I think that 34,500 will be a good technical profit taking if you ask me at this moment right now. What do you think? Let me know in the comment box. And of course, with that itself, right, you can see the S&P 500 now. Same thing, like ABC diagram I mentioned to do, but very important, the volume. Take a look at the volume. The last time we saw the S&P was surging to record high level, you notice that the volume actually dropped. The volume actually dropped. So when that happened, you can see the market really sell quite frenetically from 4,008, drop all the way down to this point. That's about 4,250. So if you ask me if this is going to have a repertoire of what happened, then I think the market come back down to 440 first, while current prices at 45.59 level. So traders, maybe, like I say again, we should see further upside at the end of the year, but maybe right now it's time for the technical to inform you that there could be profit taking. And last but not least, the VIX itself, you can see the VIX looks good, right? This is point A, this is point B, this is point C, and we are D right now. We have a very nice level. And the last time we saw the RSI at this point was back here itself. And we know the market actually did a pretty strong rebound over here from the low of 18, rebounding to 25 almost. So if you ask me if you think that this will rebound, I think that we can see about 17. So from 12 to 17, there's about probably 5%. So kind of like, is it possible to see the Dow down by about 2 to 3%? Well, it's all possible. So that's why I think that today, tomorrow will be a good time to buy some VIX. So let me know in the comment box if you're buying some VIX, that'll be a good deal for you. All right, guys. So I explained to you why the market is bullish and why you should take some profit. I'll tell you more in detail later this week. It's Kel signing off. Take care, like and subscribe, and share my video. Bye-bye.